We start off with number 3, TLC 2, WrestleMania 17. Up against number 62, an iconic moment in a shit match. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 30. The streak is over.
I'm never going to vote that in for anything. So, the TLC match is in it for me.
Yeah. It has to be TLC 2, doesn't it? I mean, there's no point talking about it, really. Brock and Taker.
Look at the bias face on Ted going, I was there.
I was there, but even not, like, I love that TLC 2 match. Like, that's one of my favorite matches from Mania because it's just such a different match to everything, and it's no one was expecting what came out with that.
It made those 3 teams.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. Did you ever hear Devon, like, he was talking about being afraid of heights and stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, you're doing this."
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Then he falls and does his cell like a dog pissing in the wind.
Yeah.
Right, let's kick it on.
We're 5-0 there, yeah. Perfect. We have a WrestleMania 23 show off here now. Number 30, Batista versus Taker. And then number 35, Cena versus Shawn.
Cena and Shawn.
The reason I'm not voting Cena and Shawn is because they had a much better match
next night.
3 weeks later.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah.
In London, the hour-long match, the main event, Raw.
That's not
I didn't like the other one though. I didn't like the Taker Batista one.
No, Batista again. He was another one that was a credible person who may have beaten Taker and ended the streak. You know, and it was 2 big fucking hosses just kicking each other's ass for 20 minutes. I'm going with
I don't want to
Taker
put Michaels in anymore, but at the same time,
I agree with you, Ian.
But I gotta put my boy. I gotta put my boy in though.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so is that 3 votes for HBK and Cena?
I think so. Yeah, I think Greg went with it, didn't you?
Yeah.
What way have you gone there, Ted? Does it have interest?
I probably would have gone the Shawn and Cena match. The one 3 weeks later was significantly better, but that doesn't take away how good the Mania match itself was either.
Okay. Now, this is a strange one because one isn't a great match, but it's a lot of fun, and the other one is a great match. So we have 14, Shawn Michaels again, this time against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 19. Up against number 51, Vince McMahon against Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 17.
5-0. 5-0.
5-0.
Jericho.
Let's move on.
Move on.
Jericho versus HBK.
We got a lot more show to go. Let's not dwell on these.
It's true, but I will just say, do you remember, and it has to be one of the biggest pops ever at WrestleMania, this is the one I was talking about. It's very strange, it was such a big pop, but the pop of Linda McMahon standing up out of her seat, one of the biggest pops I've ever seen.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the best thing about that match is Linda McMahon standing out of a wheelchair.
And the coast to coast.
Hopefully she's back in one now. Let's move on.
Jesus Christ.
So we have number 19, the Triangle Ladder match at WrestleMania 2000. Up against number 46, Kevin Owens against Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 38.
Kevin Owens all day.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
I'm going for the KO and Austin match.
Yeah.
As well myself.
Well, not that it'll matter. I would have gone for the Triangle Ladder, but it won't matter.
I would have done the same.
Okay. Right. Now here we are. And again, it's a shame that the second match is going up against this, but we have the best opening match of all time in WrestleMania history. It's Bret Hart against Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10. Up against the first ever all-female main event at number 59, Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky at 35.
It's just too bad for the ladies that their arms are short to box with gods.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use that for the Punk one where it came from.
That was Punk and Rock, not Punk and Taker.
That was Punk and Rock, yeah.
That was one of the best lines he came out with in that whole build up.
I'm swinging for the big leagues.
It's
it is 5-0,
ladies' day over here, lads.
Yeah.
Right. So we go for number 27 here. Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 38. Up against somehow it's rated lower. It's number 38, The Rock v Austin at 19.
Come on.
Rock v Austin.
Yeah, come on.
As much as I enjoyed the Seth and Cody match.
Yes.
And it was a really good match.
It's an unfair match, but it's
on we move. So
perfect. That was WrestleMania 19. 5-0 Ted, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate because it is a good match, but
it is, yeah.
Something has to be better, really, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Now, here's a very interesting one. Because again, it does depend on your type of wrestling. It's number 11, and I'm very surprised that it's up so high. It's probably recency bias from Kate's side, whatever it is. We have the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
For God's sake.
WrestleMania 39, which was a great match.
Great match, but not top 11.
It should. Never mind about being ranked 11, but just to take in for the match.
I mean, Brett and Owen is literally in the top 5 ever. So, and so is Razor and Shawn. I don't know how.
Yeah, we have number 54, Goldberg against Brock Lesnar.
No.
Not the bad one.
No.
33.
They're all bad.
No. Both not great. Usos.
Yeah.
KO and Zayn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
As soon as you put the word Goldberg in, it's like,
and I love Brock.
I love Brock and I love Goldberg, but they don't mesh well together.
I hate
their backlash match was good, wasn't it? Was it 2000? Oh, I was Rock and Goldberg in 2002.
Rock and Goldberg, yeah. Brock and Goldberg don't mesh.
What's the next?
It's because they're the same character.
It's the last match in round 1. And we have another match from WrestleMania 39. We have number 22, Charlotte Flair against Rhea Ripley, which was a really good match. Up against number 43, and I really didn't like it myself, The Rock against John Cena, WrestleMania 28, once in a lifetime.
The pass and the torch again.
No, didn't pass the torch.
It was awful.
Didn't pass the torch. Rock won.
It didn't. Yeah. The Rock won this one. He won the first.
I need to get more Cena in my life. However, Rhea
is a
real deal now. So
yeah,
I'm going Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea Charlotte.
Same here.
Yeah, Rhea Charlotte. Yeah.
Perfect. And it's Rhea. Who wouldn't?
She's just on fire at the minute, isn't she?
She can be whatever she wants to be.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably kicked the shit out
of
every one of us here as well.
You want to watch out. Her boyfriend was in prison. He did a hard time.
8 hours.
I thought you were saying her real.
No, her on-screen boyfriend. He was. He did hard time. He's got a teardrop tattoo and everything.
That changes every week.
Yeah.
So we move on. We are finished round 1. Now we get into the nitty gritty, really. We start off with number 1. It's Brett v Austin at WrestleMania 13, the double turn. Against number 33, Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky at 32.
Easy for me. Austin.
You ladies.
It's a 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least like we've gone through the nitty gritty of every one of the matches so far. So at this one we should kind of kick on an easy bit now.
Yeah. We have 16 against 17. We have a Kofi Mania, Bryan versus Kofi against 17, Savage Steamboat.
Savage Steamboat.
Yeah.
Game shot.
As much as I love the moment for Kofi, Savage Steamboat is an all-time classic.
Okay. Got flying through this. Number 8 against number 25. We have the IC triple threat match at WrestleMania 39. So Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew up against 25, Orton, Batista, and Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Honestly, I think
Bryan for me. I'm just
it's two triple threats. It's 2 triple threats.
Yeah.
I think I'm going for the IC. I'm going the opposite. I'm going for the big fucking hoss off.
No,
I'd rather watch Safe Workers than just a load of slaps. To be fair,
yeah,
Fair.
Just being
That's
honest.
fair.
Oh, I'd prefer to watch the GOAT too.
yeah,
Martin's unreal.
yeah.
Okay, 4-1 there. Oof. Okay, this is going to hurt some of you lads. We have number 9, The Rock v Austin, WrestleMania 17. So the heel turn from Austin. Up against number 41, Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 12 Iron Man match.
Iron Man match.
Me too.
Brett.
I'm rocking Austin here.
Brett and Michaels for me. That's 3.
And Ted?
I would have gone Sean, or sorry, I would have gone Austin Rock. I think Austin Rock is just one of the most iconic matches. As much as I love the Iron Man match, I think one lives longer in the memory of WWE. But
is there? I'm going to put the question out first. Is there a better seller of a Stone Cold Stunner than The Rock, though?
No.
With the backflip.
Yeah,
There's
Vince
not.
McMahon.
Yeah, Vince,
I mean, he's had enough chances to sell it properly.
Linda's a pretty good sell of it, and an actual good sell of it is Razor.
Oh god.
Or Scott Hall, as he was.
The fly back, the big
Well,
high backdrop.
Yeah.
He was pissed in that match.
Yeah.
Yeah, he jumped
Austin
out.
Theory had a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Theory had a pretty good one.
Pat
Fuck
McAfee's
that guy.
wasn't bad, to be fair.
Fuck that guy. I hate that Austin Theory lad.
McAfee's wasn't bad, though.
He was good.
It wasn't.
He was good actually.
So we have
Moving
number
on.
4. Number 4, another triple threat match. It's Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit at WrestleMania 20. Up against number 36, The Rock and Hogan at WrestleMania 18.
Good luck, Rock and Hogan.
Yeah, triple threat.
Yeah, triple threat.
I think so, yeah.
5-0 that time.
5-0.
That
2
match was
Edge
just
matches.
phenomenal, no, lads.
2 Edge matches coming up next now. We have number 13, Edge v Foley at 22. And number 20, Edge v Taker at 24.
Yeah, Edge and Taker.
for me.
Yeah.
2 Edge Takers,
Edge and Foley for me.
Edge and Foley, and Greg.
Edge and Taker for me.
Okay. I would have gone with Foley, even though I loved the Taker match.
Yeah, I think
3-2.
it was just the one that put Edge on the map as that star. Was what that Foley match did.
Was that the 58 thumbtacks in his back or something?
Yeah.
And the spear through the table.
Believe it or not, I'm not a Mick Foley guy. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why he didn't show up when we went to see Mick Foley all them years ago.
Yeah.
Cool Dynamo fact number 742.
Exactly.
Next up we have, number 5, Taker versus HBK at WrestleMania 26. And their second match. And that's up against 28, Flair versus Savage at WrestleMania 8.
I'm going to say Taker, Michaels.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Number 53, Hogan versus Savage at WrestleMania 5. Up against 21, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30.
Savage Hogan.
Yeah, Savage Hogan.
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
The list moves very quick now, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it does. Yeah,
Yeah, well,
we've
we've
spoken
done
about them
all
all
the-
already.
You go
all
into
the
the
talk.
nitty gritty the first time, really,
Yeah.
don't you?
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 Taker matches. Actually, only 2 years apart. No. Number 2, Taker versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 25.
for one. Yeah.
Against number 31, Taker versus Triple H at 27.
Michaels.
Michaels.
Yeah.
God, good luck.
Yep.
Sorry, Mr.
15.
Helmsley.
15, we have Shawn Michaels again, up against Ric Flair at 24. Against number 18, Taker versus Punk at 29.
Michaels and Flair for me.
Taker and Punk for me.
Yeah, Taker and Punk for me too.
Michaels and Flair, I think the moment at the end. The moment at the end of
Sherlock
it.
here.
Fuck you, Carl.
2 great matches, but one just has a moment for me. One has a moment and the
Yeah.
other doesn't.
Stop trying to sell it now.
Yeah,
That's my job.
You
No,
fucking
it's-
snake oil salesman, yeah.
it's true. I'm gonna have to go for Sean and Flair. But
Can
that's
I be
a
honest?
tough-
I would have
tough
actually
one.
picked Sean and Flair to be. I was just trying.
Another real tough one again. We have Shawn Michaels again up against Kurt Angle at 21,
Mhm.
against 39 Brett and Piper at 8.
I'll go.
I'm
Nice.
going with Sean.
Sean
I'm
Angle.
going Sean Angle.
Unfortunately, I am Sean and Angle as well. I
Oh.
love that match so
Brett and
much.
Piper.
Brett and Piper for me, but it was a tough matchup.
It
Yeah,
is
it's a
it's a
tough one.
very tight one, isn't it? Like it's way tighter.
This
than
is
you
where it
think.
starts to get harder.
So that would have been 3-2 to
3-2,
yeah.
We have a couple of ladder matches here, lads.
Yes, love ladder matches.
42, we have the first Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania 23. Up against number 10, Razor and Sean at WrestleMania 10.
Razor and
Razor
Sean for
and
me.
Sean.
Razor and Sean.
Yeah.
Razor and Sean's
Yeah,
the first
Razor
ever,
and
yeah.
Sean.
I love the concept of Money in the Bank, and it was a
Yeah.
brilliant addition. But
Not
The
against this
first ever
match.
ladder match that ever happened in WWE was on a Coliseum home video with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. Funny enough, because
Okay.
because the match actually came from Stampede. Brett brought it, and
Yes.
they were like, "Oh yeah, we'll do this with you," and then they fucked him over and gave it to Razor and Sean.
yeah,
And what a match that turned out to be.
Unbelievably so, yeah.
We have another ladder match here. Number 3, we have TLC 2 at WrestleMania 17.
Mhm.
Up against number 35, Cena and Sean at 23.
TLC.
I'm going
TLC.
TLC.
TLC. Unfortunately for Cena,
King?
TLC.
He won't be seen again in this one.
It wasn't a niller though. At least he got a 1.
Yeah, you got a 1. Yeah.
So we have 14. We have Shawn Michaels in there again against Jericho at 19. Up against 46, Kevin Owens and Stone Cold at 38.
At Jericho.
Michaels and Jericho.
Michaels and Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one only
Um,
got in because of who it was up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that it had Austin in it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. The homecoming.
Yeah.
We have number 6, Brett and Owen at WrestleMania 10. Up against 38, The Rock and Austin at 19.
Brett and Owen for me.
Brett
Hard
Nolan
be hard for
too,
me.
without a shadow of a doubt.
It is.
It's
the Brett and
probably
Owen
pound
match.
for pound. Pound for pound is probably, you would say, as a straight wrestling match, it's probably
Yeah.
pound for pound the best wrestling match ever in WrestleMania. To be fair, if
Yeah.
you're just going purely on, and it's brother v brother. Just saying as well. You know,
So it hits
story
harder.
that- Yeah.
I mean, it's no Kane and Undertaker, brother v brother. But sure, look,
Don't. Two lads who were in the ring together so often that never had a good match against each other.
Yeah.
And for the last one in this round,
So who
we
won
have-
that? Who won that?
Breton.
that was Brett and Owen
Brett.
5-0.
I love
5-0.
you, neighbors.
5-0. We have a WrestleMania 39 show off.
oh, no.
The Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn
Mhm.
against Charlotte and Rhea.
Rhea and Charlotte for me.
Yeah.
I thought that was match.
It's the tag team match for me, to be honest.
Okay.
Ladies' Day here.
Yeah.
I would have gone tag match. I just think the emotion
Carl.
going into the tag match was huge. But
King, don't let me down, son.
Yeah,
Things
no,
are
ladies.
good.
Ladies' Day.
Oh, you went, ladies?
Okay.
Did you
On the
put
slab
in?
sticks together here.
Did you put in our Brett and Stone Cold? Did that got through?
Oh,
yeah,
that's on the list.
that was like at the start.
That went out. Yeah.
Brett and Stone
That,
Cold
that's,
didn't
that's,
go.
no, sorry, that didn't go out. Sorry, that's ranked number 1.
Yeah,
the
that,
double
that
turn
went
there.
through like really early on.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still there.
That was the first one.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of, and this is where it's going to start getting really difficult now,
Damn.
because we're down to the last couple. We have number 1, Brett v Austin at
Oof.
WrestleMania 13, against number 17, Savage Steamboat at WrestleMania 3.
Oh fucking hell!
Brett and Austin for me.
Brett and Austin
for me.
Yeah.
It is Brett and Austin.
I think
but
the double turn is what
Ah,
makes
Do
it,
you know?
isn't it?
Do you know what? I think when you look at it, because obviously Greg and Ted and myself were at that. Remember the spoken word show with Brett? And they
Yeah.
were talking
Yeah.
about how that match and all was put together, the simplicities of Austin not wanting to cut himself because he was afraid to get fired. And Brett was like, "Listen,
I'll just do it.
I'll do
Bit
it
of
for you.
colour.
Trust me." Like, whereas Steamboat and Savage is amazing, but you've always got that thing. For me, obviously, having been involved in it, like the one kind of thing is that you hate someone scripting too much for you to do. Whereas when Savage came to Steamboat with literally a page of hold one,
everything,
two,
yeah.
Well, that tended to be Savage through and through, wasn't it? He was
That was all
Exactly.
of the matches, yeah.
he was too meticulous.
It's the only thing that I can ever pick apart on that match, really. Do you know what I mean? But yet they perfected it.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, I think Brett and Austin.
It's Brett and Austin.
Brett and Austin. It's the double turn is just way too big.
Yeah. So
Shamrock
this is an
looking
interesting
sexy
one.
as well, by the way.
We have number 25, Orton, Batista, and Bryan at WrestleMania 30. Up against 41, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels Iron Man match.
Iron Man for me.
Iron
for
Man,
me.
Iron Man, yeah.
I think it's the Iron Man. Yeah.
I would have gone the triple threat, but
So
okay.
we know Carl likes all the new stuff.
Carl, you're going to have to go back and watch
No,
the match again.
I'm just not a big fan of that match. I'm really
No,
not.
You're going to have to go and watch it again.
To be fair, I do know a lot of people that don't like it because
They're meant to
it's an hour going into it.
Yeah, so
sort of
their
thing.
attention span. Yeah. So
What is it? It's an hour, 1 minute and 50 seconds or something. Because they go to overtime, don't they?
It goes
Sudden
overtime, man. I think it goes another 4.5 minutes or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
another little
And we
bit.
watched it with no mobile phones in our hands.
exactly, remember?
Yeah. We have number 4. It's another triple threat. We have Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit at WrestleMania 20. Up against number 20, Edge and Taker at 24.
think the triple
threat for
threat's
me.
going
Triple
here.
threat.
Triple threat. Yeah.
I would have
So-
given Edge Taker, but there you go.
Okay.
You're just being a
4-1.
cunt now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, this is definitely what you prefer. It's number 5, Taker and Shawn at 26. So their second match. Up against 53, Hogan and Savage.
Taker and
And
Shawn
number
for me.
5, Taker Shawn for me.
I'm going to say Taker and Shawn as well.
I
Funny
think
enough.
it's
Okay.
Taker Shawn on a clean
Yeah,
sweep here.
Taker Shawn, yeah.
I have a feeling that and probably Austin and Brett are going to be very close to the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of again, number 2, Taker and Shawn at WrestleMania 25.
First one.
That one.
The first one. Up against number 15, Shawn Michaels again, but this time against Ric Flair and 24.
Taker and Shawn. The two.
I'm going to say Taker and
It
Flair.
is. It is.
Okay. Taker and Flair.
Taker and Shawn for me.
The angel
Yeah,
and the devil.
I'm going to go Taker and Flair. Yeah, sorry, Flair.
Ted, it's up to you.
Taker Shawn.
Okay.
This was 2025 was the angel and the devil, wasn't it?
No,
No.
26 is Angel.
Oh, sorry,
and the
6
Devil.
was the angel and the devil. Yeah, the second
Yeah.
one.
No, 25 was the first one, which I actually think is
Yeah,
the better.
I think it's the better match myself. Yeah.
Yeah. It was match of the
When-
year, wasn't it?
When Taker nearly brains himself because Chuck Palumbo didn't catch him.
No, not Chuck Palumbo.
It was.
Wasn't
He
it?
was
It
the
was-
cameraman.
No, it's not. It wasn't Chuck Palumbo. It was somebody that
Was
was.
here.
No, it definitely wasn't Chuck Palumbo. It
Who
was
cares
somebody
what
else.
jabroni it was?
He was
Fair.
lucky he didn't
Only
fucking
with a camera.
die anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have another 2 Shawn Michaels matches here against each other. Number 7 against Kurt Angle at 21. And number 10 against Razor Ramon at number 10.
Kurt Angle
Angle.
for me.
Angle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Angle. Yeah.
Kurt
I love
is
10,
going
but
through.
yeah, Angle.
All right. We have number 3, TLC 2 at 17 against Shawn Michaels and Jericho at 19. It's TLC for me.
TLC 2.
Jericho and Michaels for me. I hate gimmick matches.
Same for me.
When you say same for me, who are you saying?
What do you mean,
Sorry,
Rick?
Shawn Michaels and Jericho.
That was an amazing.
Ted
match.
is up to you.
Fuck you and your
See,
good
what I say, Jericho and Michaels had far better matches later on in their career.
They did, but this was fantastic and it really put
Yeah, this was a really good one. It was a good build. Like, I love Jericho. Jericho's my
it brought
my
Jericho back from that asshole basically trying to ruin
Yeah.
his career at
Oh, it
18
did.
the year before. Yeah.
It did. Like, Jericho's my goat. I fucking love Jericho. but they hit far better.
Oh no, they
matches
did.
later
But
on,
what I'm saying
you
is,
know.
without that match,
Yeah.
Jericho's like just
Oh,
because
it's true.
they made him look like an absolute jabroni. Like,
Yeah. And then when he fucking shins him in the dick at the end of the match.
Was the build up to that where he put him through the Geritron as well?
Yeah.
yes.
Fucking
No,
blast
that
his
was
eyes.
that,
No,
that,
no,
that
that's
was
the
That was
second-
later.
that's-
That was
that's the
later.
later.
Was it?
I thought it was
Yeah.
that.
that was
They-
2008.
The
Yeah.
one that we're
Yeah.
doing is the I don't want to be the first. I don't
I
want to
don't-
be
I'm
Shawn
not being-
Michaels. I want to be the first.
I want to be the first
Chris
Chris Jericho, yeah.
Oh yes.
Jericho.
Even still.
But TLC 2 is just fantastic. It's a car
Yeah.
crash, but it's
Yeah.
a car crash in the best of ways.
I
I think,
suppose again, it depends on what you like. You're right.
Yeah.
and the problem is that I love both of these matches.
Yeah. One.
Flip a coin, Ted.
As I said, like, I think Jericho and it does, might not have to come into it, but Jericho and Shawn had so much better matches.
That
and
doesn't
better
come into it. Though.
story.
We're talking about this
No,
match.
yeah, it doesn't really.
Yeah,
It's about the match that's on this we're talking about, yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's like
think
saying H had one good singles match in his career without weapons, which you can go and find somewhere in WCW maybe. But anyway, go.
I think I'm going with TLC 2. I know there's a lot of car crashy stuff in it, but as much as it does that, the story they do tell is very well done as well. Like,
Yeah.
There's a few
and it
big
is-
moments in it as well.
it was, 8 guys and 1 girl, and like they really did put their bodies through
They
fucking
did, yeah.
hell to try and bring the tag team division back, because Vince hates tag team wrestling. They did everything
Yes.
they could to make it relevant.
This is true.
So I'm gonna go with that because of what they gave to try bring tag team wrestling back to the world.
Okay, and then the last match in this round, and it's going to be a 5-0. It's number 6, Brett and Owen, WrestleMania 10 against 22, Charlotte and Rhea at
Brett
39.
now.
Yeah.
Brett now.
Brett now.
What reason
Okay.
for?
Yeah.
Rhea's very
So-
good, but
Oh,
she's
so was Will Grigg, and he still never got a game in that Euros. But you look,
poor
Now
Will
we
Griggs.
we're really into this here now. We have number
quarterfinals, is it?
1. Yeah, there's not many left here. We're on the home stretch, lads. We have number 1, Brett and Austin at WrestleMania 13, up against number 41, the Iron Man match, Brett and Shawn. 2 Brett matches here.
Brett and Stone Cold.
Brett and Austin.
I see what
It's
you've
Brett
done
and
there.
Austin.
You're trying to eliminate Brett there so we can get more Shawn in. But yeah, it's okay.
I mean, Shawn's just better. Like we've been through
Well, it's
this.
fun. Well, it's funny how we've got 3 Brett matches and they're still all there in there.
And there's
Shawn's
what
match.
6
That's for
Shawn
another-
Michaels matches.
That definitely for another podcast, lads.
That's only
Definitely.
that's only because of the longevity of Shawn kissing ass. But anyway, I would definitely say Austin and
Yeah,
Brett.
Austin Brett. 5-0, which is I'm happy about because I'm not a fan of that Iron Man match.
I'm sad that it's 5-0 because I don't think that match. should be
100%.
the
You know what?
5-0.
I'm actually going to say Brett and Shawn. It's 4-1. There you go.
4-2 or 2-2,
3-2.
Me too.
3-2.
3-2.
Okay, but it's gone. So yeah,
Still the most iconic WrestleMania entrance ever. Just saying.
Yeah, but we're not talking about entrances, we're talking about matches. So
Lee, it's his choice.
Part of the match.
Carol.
Part of
now
the
we
match
have-
there.
we have number 4, Triple H, Shawn, and Benoit, up against number 5, Undertaker and Shawn at 26, their second match.
Undertaker, Shawn, all day
Taker
long.
Shawn.
I'm going
Yeah.
to Taker Shawn as well.
Taker Shawn, yeah.
Taker Shawn, yeah.
Okay.
You can probably give Taker Shawn my vote in the next one as well.
Remember, it was actually funny you should say that we were slagging each other, but Brett actually said that was what reignited his love for watching WWE again, and said he was actually proud of the 2 boys because I think that's when
Taker
him and
Shawn.
Shawn had made up. But he said when he watched those 2 matches, that was when he went, "Yep."
Yeah. That's the first one of the top 4 eliminated
Wow.
in the tournament. Yeah. We now go to number 2, Taker and Shawn. Yeah, 25. Up against number 7, Shawn and Angle.
Taker
21.
Shawn.
Taker and Shawn, unfortunately, I think.
Yeah.
Taker and Shawn, yeah.
I'll
Is that
go
a 5-0?
Angle just for love. of the selling, just for love of the selling, and
Fair.
give Angle a little bit of love. But realistically, yeah, Taker and Sean, those two matches are.
Okay, and then the final one in the quarterfinals, we have number 3 TLC 2 against number 6 Brett and Owen.
Brett and Owen.
Yeah, hands down.
As much as I love the TLC match, I really love that match, but I have to go Brett and Owen.
Yeah.
I'm not having the TLC yet clean sweep. I'm giving the TLC one at least because Brett and Owen's gone through. I'm not seeing that TLC.
I'll give
get
it
clean
I'll
sweep.
give it a second one.
So 3-2.
Two lads that like car crashes, but that's all right.
They actually like
Okay.
real car crashes. Like
Not my fucking neighbours anymore.
Right,
We don't
lads.
want you down here anyway. You're a cunt.
semi-final.
We are in the semi-finals.
Here we go.
Here we go.
You had a shot of whiskey for this.
You need it
Let's do it.
because you know what's coming next.
What?
Number 1 Brett and Austin, WrestleMania 13 against number 5 Taker and Sean at 26.
Oh,
Brett and Austin.
Brett and Austin.
Taker and Sean.
Taker, Sean.
Do
Brett
it,
and
Ted.
Austin.
Brett and Austin. Okay. And number 2 Taker and Sean at 25 against number 6 Brett and Owen 10.
You know what's so weird about this? Sorry, just to kind
Sean,
of
Sean
round it
v.
out.
Brett.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like, because me and Greg will wind each other up day and night about this constantly and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And we have banter with it, but it really does boil down to the fact, doesn't it?
It's
No.
Too bad.
yeah.
Ever.
Well, I'm going Taker and Sean again here. I thought number 25 was better than 26. And anyway,
Yeah.
but
I
I'm going
personally,
Taker
for
and
me,
Sean.
again, and it's not just because like both Taker, I've said it, and I'm not saying this now
Yeah.
just for Brett and Owen. For me, pound for pound, you know, having been a wrestler, learning the craft, and loving everything that wrestling is, and in my mind should be, both of these matches kind of tick those boxes. But
Yeah.
I think just for the purist in me, it's Brett and Sean. I mean, I think all these matches
Brett and
are in
Owen.
the top 5, or Brett and Owen, sorry,
Yeah.
are in the top 5. So I gotta go Brett and Owen personally.
I would have said
I-
Brett and Owen as well.
I just wish that the Brett and Owen match led to an Owen title run.
I know.
Eventually,
you
it should
know,
have happened. It should
At the
have.
summer at the SummerSlam, he should have.
And
he
you
should have
know,
gone
and you
and
know
won.
that was suggested to
Yeah, it should have.
McMahon from Brett, and McMahon just didn't
Yeah.
think Owen was big enough. Yeah, which
It
is
should
like
have.
similar
I
body
just-
fucking size. There was only
Yeah.
2 inches in height difference.
Yeah. What
Um,
about you lads going?
Taker and Sean for me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
Taker Sean.
I said Brett and Owen.
Oh, Ted.
Yeah, as much as I love Brett and Owen, it's just a little bit too quick in comparison to. I want more Brett and Owen. I can get more Brett and
Yeah.
Owen. In
What
that
you
match.
mean? We're talking about the match.
Yeah, I
It's like going
wanted
to a
more.
fancy restaurants.
I wanted more of that match. That match just it was a bit. I wanted that match to be longer, is what I'm saying.
All right.
I just
I get
wanted
you.
more of that match.
Oh, I get you. That makes sense.
So I'm gonna go Sean and Taker. I think that's just it's one
So
of the,
what you're saying is if that had been, say, main event at WrestleMania 10 and it was a 35, 40-minute match, then it's a different conversation. I get you.
yeah, it's a different conversation if they let it go a bit longer. It kind of felt like it was like, oh my God, Brett, would you shut the fuck up about your brother? Here, you can go out and wrestle him and let him win. Fuck off.
If that had been about the title, if the title, that had been...
Yeah.
Not even if there'd been a title, if it had been
No, but if they
Yeah.
had have done it, because I mean, at the end of the day, like fucking Luger was
Yeah.
gone pretty much a couple
Yeah.
of months later, and then Yokozuna was always the guy that was just because of his size was like
Yeah.
it should have been a case where it's Brett and Owen for the title. This means more.
yeah.
It should have been like it should have been the SummerSlam main event. It really should have. After he beat him in the opening match of Mania, or he earned his title shot. You know.
Mm.
Yeah,
But-
no, I love both matches, but yeah.
Okay,
it's-
well, look, that's fair enough. It's your opinion. That's all good.
yeah, it's just I wanted more from that match, and you didn't get it.
So we're in the finals here,
Final.
and who'd have guessed it? It's number 1 against. It's number 1 against number 2.
Yeah,
It's Brett and Austin at 13 against Taker and Sean at 25.
Now go around us
Also-
individually. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Taker and Sean. I just think that that's probably my favorite match of all time. Yeah, it probably is. So I'm gonna have to go with that. So I'm going with Taker and Shawn. Ted. Sorry, I'm just on my screen.
It's okay.
Taker and Shawn is an absolutely phenomenal match. But one thing we have done throughout this is we've said moments matter. And as great as that match is, it doesn't have a moment of a bloody Austin on his hands, pressed up, blood streaming down his face, and refusing to tap out. And that match with Brett is what catapulted Austin into stardom. Without that match, you don't get Stone Cold.
You don't get King of the Ring.
Yeah, you don't get Stone Cold Steve Austin being who Stone Cold Steve Austin was.
Look, there's a reason why this is number 1 too.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
I would love to go I'd love to go Shawn and Taker here, because I think as an actual match, I probably prefer that match. But in terms of both are brilliant matches, and one has a standout moment on it as well, and that's Brett and Austin. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because I love the match as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's not unfortunate.
Why you picking it?
Greg.
Brett and Austin for me.
It's Shawn and Taker for me. It's my favorite match that I've seen at a WrestleMania.
Just fair, yeah.
Ian.
Give it to Carl first.
All right, King.
Okay. One of these two matches is my favorite match of all time and has my favorite wrestler of all time, and that is Brett versus Stone Cold.
Okay.
It's the match I never ever get tired watching this match, because I remember watching it when I watched it live on, when it was happening, and I liked both of the lads, and it was just, the turn was just, because I love Brett as a heel. After that, I tell you, fucking brilliant. So to me, that match meant a hell of a lot, and it was it was a great wrestling. I thought it was a great wrestling match as well. So
yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin actually said it was it's one of his favorite heel characters was that 1-1 that Brett had in that 1997 year, which was brilliant when you think about it, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, here we are.
You get the deciding factor.
You mean the deciding factor? We know what he's gonna pick.
Yeah,
no,
we do.
But I will preface it by saying absolutely, Shawn and Taker is easily in my top 3.
Yeah,
for sure. Both matches I would say are easily, they're both in my top 10, but this particular one is in my top 3.
Yeah.
This match is actually my second favorite Mania match of all time, believe it or not. And it is obviously Brett and Stone Cold. But I do want to say one thing, just the little intricacies going into it as well. When you think about at that time, when you're talking about Brett and Shawn, where they were in Insane Mind and where they were.
Yeah.
Shawn really was all about Mayfain, wanting to work with his friends, wanting to work with, let's do this, let's do that. We'll just all wrestle for the belts. Whereas Brett was the one that actually contacted Vince and said, get this guy from WCW. I can work with him. And actually helped bring a new star in, because that's what the business is all about at the end of the day.
Get Stunning Steve Austin in.
Well, yeah, because I mean, the matches Stunning Steve Austin was having with the likes of Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat, and even Ric Flair, and
he just doesn't look right with the fucking blonde hair, though, does he?
No, definitely not. But still awesome for what it was. But this particular match, absolutely, he helped. Basically, Austin said it himself. He wouldn't be where it was without that match. And,
100%.
Such an important match in the
Austin's
history.
best match.
And I think he said that's what is. Well, he said it's his favorite match of all time. Yeah.
No, would you say it's Austin's best match?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Probably he could have had a lot more. Like, it would be very hard to beat
without the neck.
Without the injury, he could have had a lot more like 5-star amazing matches. But
I think this is what shows just the little differences with the two GOATs that we're talking about. You've got Shawn, who's an all-rounder, can do absolutely everything. And then you've got, I suppose, Brett at that particular time that saw the long-term vision, you know what I mean, and was able to put those little bits together. And again, he was probably obviously that bit older as well. But it's hard. Like, it's a flip of a coin, and it really is. It's like, do you like black or white? What color is your favorite?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yellow.
Well, pink and black in this.
Yeah.
See,
But,
I think the thing with the Sean, with the Sean Taker match is that is a wrestling clinic. They put on a clinic, but there was no moment, and that's what the big thing is. There's no like, there's nothing that you remember massively about that match. You remember the match being phenomenal, but if someone was like, take one bit from that match and make it a clip that you're going to show to people for the next 20 years, well, here's Sean getting tombstoned. Well, I mean, he's tombstoned loads of people. There's nothing standout. Whereas Austin on his hands, blood drenched face, you put that as a moment. That's something that you can show for the next 20 years.
That's actually funny, Ted, as well, when you think about it, because we talked earlier about, like, it's almost like flip reversing, because you've got Brett, like in the earlier matches that we were talking about with Owen, where there's no moment in that as such, where the moment, I guess, is Owen getting the big one over his big brother, but it's talked about for the actual match. Whereas here you've got Brett involved in helping elevate a guy and making a moment, as you say.
And that's what we were using earlier, which is why I've gone.
Whereas Flair and Michaels, that was that moment. You know what I mean? Whereas then you've got this one is the technical clinic with Brett and Taker. Like, so it's well,
there we go.
They're the two goats.
There we go. It was you could have might have put money on it that these two matches may have been in the finals at the very start of all this.
I'd say if you went to the bookies and put money on these two being in the finals, you would have got about 1 to 100.
Well, see, it would have been all dependent on the bracket. If they were coming up again, like if you knew they were opposite sides of the bracket, you'd have been like, like you may as well just let.
They're meeting somewhere in the knockout phases, but you don't know where.
Like they were. It was going to be one or the other knocking the other one out, sort of thing.
But we enjoyed the journey along the way.
Yeah,
absolutely.
What a return it's been.
It's been nice to look at all these old matches again and just be like, oh yeah, that was a fucking great match, and so on and so forth. But I hope you've enjoyed the new iteration of the Sherlock reel, now the Retrotainment reel. If you've had a different opinion on the best WrestleMania match of all time, let us know. And if there's any other match that or any other topic you want to see us hit, just let us know in the comments there as well, and we'll be able to discuss that. Anyone want to promote anything before we shut off?
Just make sure and check us out over there on the slab. Absolutely crushing it with guests, movie reviews, you name it, we got it. If it's horror, we do it.
And if you like the wrestling subject, of course, there's only one place to go, which all the lads have been on. Bar you, Carl. We'll have to get you on at some point.
You will indeed.
Mr. Sherlock. Carl's been on it.
Yes.
Head over
hasn't been on it, has he not?
No, we're gonna have to get him on. So head over to Dynamo's Dozen on YouTube, of course, at Dynamo's Dozen on Twitter and Instagram and all that as well. We talk all current wrestling news with everyone's favorite co-host and yours, the shopkeeper, Noel Hogan, because none of us are co-hosts here. So see, not offending anybody. But that's it. And thanks for having me, by the way. It's been an actually really fun night.
Yeah, no, pleasure to have you on, bud. We'll try and get you on if we're doing another one in the future, whether it's wrestling or something else.
I've got many interests,
You'll be the first port of call, and then if you're not free, we'll find somebody else.
Interracial porn, hopefully the next one.
That'd be some tournament, wouldn't it?
What happens? Debbie Does Dallas wins, hands down.
We won't tell them they were second choice, though. They'll be told they were first choice.
Greg likes old porn.
We get Arklow does Dynamo.
Without the talc.
Oh, God.
And, of course, anyone who regularly watches Retrotainment, we have Retrotainment recasts every week. Who's our current champ at the time? I've been kind of the Sick Note the last while, so
not me champ? Anyway. Put it that way.
We're talking about the goat here.
Perfect.
Smells like a goat.
Our current champ. We have a big match coming up as usual, so make sure you tune in to watch that.
Look,
Shalom.
Adios.